to make yourself feel better, because I make you feel so low about yourself.
The internet is in chaos right now. A leaked FaceTime video just exposed Offset making violent threats against Cardi B's new boyfriend, Stefan Diggs. And that's not even the worst part. What he allegedly said about their newborn baby has people demanding his arrest. But wait until you hear what he owes Selena Powell, the leaked video that shook the internet. There are moments in celebrity culture that feel like earthquakes. Moments that shake the very foundation of how we perceive the people we've watched rise to fame, fall in love, and build empires before our very eyes. These moments don't just trend on social media for a few hours and disappear into the digital void. No, these moments fundamentally alter public perception, reshape narratives, and sometimes, just sometimes, they expose truths that certain people desperately wanted to keep hidden from the world. And on January 10th, 2026, one such moment occurred when the internet was set ablaze by a leaked FaceTime video that would expose a side of rapper Offset that many had long suspected existed, but few had ever witnessed with their own eyes and ears. This wasn't just another celebrity scandal designed to generate clicks and fade away by the following week. This wasn't just another messy breakup playing out in the public eye for entertainment. This was something far more disturbing, far more revealing, and far more consequential than anything we had seen from the former Migos member before. Now, before we dive deep into what exactly was said in this video and why it matters so much to so many people, you need to understand the full context of the situation. You need to understand the players involved, their histories, their motivations, and the complex web of relationships that led to this explosive moment. And most importantly, you need to understand that what you're about to hear isn't just celebrity gossip designed to entertain. It's a window into what happens when a very public relationship crumbles in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. The video in question was leaked by social media influencer Selena Powell during an episode of her podcast, Two Girls from Mars, with her co-host, Millie Millie. Now, if that name rings a bell somewhere in your mind, it absolutely should. Selena Powell has been a controversial, polarizing figure in hip-hop circles for years. A woman known for her past claims involving various high-profile rappers, including Offset himself, back in 2018-2019 when she alleged they had been involved during his marriage to Cardi B. But this time around, Powell wasn't just making claims that could be disputed or denied by publicists and PR teams. This time, she had receipts, digital receipts, video receipts, the kind of receipts that leave absolutely no room for interpretation or spin. In the 17-second FaceTime clip that would soon be viewed by millions, Offset appears in a dimly lit setting, his face illuminated only by the glow of his phone screen, visibly agitated and emotional as he vents directly to Powell about his feelings and what he says in those 17 seconds. Well, let me tell you right now, it's not pretty. It's not something that can be explained away or dismissed as being taken out of context. It's raw, it's unfiltered, and it's deeply, deeply troubling. In the recording, Offset can be heard saying, "If I catch Buddy and I can catch him, it's going to be bad. Man, beat, strip, shot in the knee." All type of expletive. Now, the immediate question on everyone's mind was obvious. Who exactly is Buddy? Who is Offset referring to when he speaks about beating, stripping, and shooting someone in the knee? Well, context clues and the ongoing public drama made it abundantly clear that Offset was referring to none other than Stefan Diggs, the star NFL wide receiver currently playing for the New England Patriots, who had been publicly and proudly dating Cardi B since mid-2025. The same Stefan Diggs who had previously electrified audiences with the Buffalo Bills and Minnesota Vikings. The same Stefan Diggs who helped father Cardi B's fourth child, a son born in November 2025. The same Stefan Diggs who represented everything Offset seemed to despise and resent. The man who had successfully moved on with his ex-wife while he remained trapped in bitterness and regret. But here's where the situation becomes even more disturbing, even more unsettling. The disrespect captured in that leaked video didn't stop at violent threats directed towards Stefan Diggs. According to multiple reports and analysis of the full podcast episode, Offset also allegedly disrespected Cardi B's newborn child with Diggs, calling the innocent baby derogatory names and making the stunning claim that their daughter culture doesn't like the baby. Let that sink in for a moment. Take your time processing what you just read. A grown man, a 33-year-old father of 6 children, allegedly disparaging an innocent infant who has done absolutely nothing wrong simply because that child represents his ex-wife's new chapter in life. An infant who cannot defend himself, who cannot speak, who cannot understand the hatred being directed at him. This wasn't just disrespect toward Cardi B or Stan Diggs. This was allegedly targeting a newborn baby. So, why did Selena Powell decide to leak this damaging video when she did? What motivated her to release footage that would undoubtedly cause a firestorm? According to her own statements, Offset allegedly owed her $15,000, possibly hush money to keep her quiet or a personal loan that went unpaid, and had been threatening her daily in an attempt to intimidate her into silence. In what appeared to be a calculated defensive move designed to protect herself, she released the footage with a chilling declaration: "If anything happens to me, Offset did it." Think about the implications of that statement. Powell felt so genuinely threatened that she believed releasing this video was necessary for her own protection, essentially creating a public paper trail in case something happened to her. And Powell didn't stop with just the video leak. She came with additional allegations that painted an even more troubling picture. She further alleged that Offset paid $10 million to exit his quality control record deal, owes $2 million in back taxes to the IRS, is actively planning to file bankruptcy, and that Cardi B already has a restraining order against him. Whether all these claims can be verified remains to be seen, but the overall picture being painted was unmistakably one of a man in complete crisis, spiraling financially, emotionally, and now publicly. The internet's response was swift, overwhelming, and absolutely merciless in its judgment. Within just 48 hours, a post from Red Media Us on X garnered an astounding 3.9 million views, 31,000 likes, and 2,000 reposts. The clip spread like wildfire across every major platform: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Hashtags like Nah Off Offset threats, the Cardi B, Nah Stefan, Diggs, and Selena Powell began trending globally, accumulating well over 15 million impressions as users around the world weighed in with their reactions. Public sentiment was overwhelmingly negative toward Offset, approximately 70% on X, with users demanding his arrest under Georgia's terroristic threats laws and tagging law enforcement accounts. Comments flooded every platform with reactions like, "Offset needs to be arrested ASAP. This ain't just talk." While memes began circulating portraying him as a villain, making empty threats he couldn't back up. On Reddit and TikTok, the conversation evolved into deeper discussions about toxic masculinity in hip-hop culture and genuine sympathy for the children caught in the crossfire of their parents' war. Some voices did emerge to defend Offset, questioning Powell's credibility given her controversial history. But these were largely drowned out by the overwhelming tide of criticism. And how did Cardi B herself respond to all of this chaos? She responded with surprising calm via Instagram stories, posts which have since been deleted, saying she was actually thankful for the leak because it finally exposes Offset's true character and strengthens her divorce case, including custody matters and potential restraining orders. She saw this leak not as embarrassment or further pain, but as validation, as evidence she could use to protect herself and her children. As of January 15th, 2026, no arrests have occurred, though legal experts have noted the audio could potentially lead to serious criminal charges. Offset has not issued any official statement, though his team has previously denied similar allegations as misinterpretations. But to truly understand why this video resonated so deeply with millions of viewers, you need to understand the full history of their relationship, all its beautiful beginnings, all its painful betrayals, and all its ultimate failures. The foundation was cracked long before this video ever surfaced. The warning signs were there from the very beginning. A marriage built on scandal, forgiveness, and second chances. The story of Cardi B and Offset isn't simply a story about two incredibly famous people meeting and falling in love. This is a story about second chances extended again and again, about forgiveness pushed repeatedly to its absolute breaking point and beyond, about public humiliation endured time after time for the sake of love and family. and ultimately about what inevitably happens when someone finally runs out of grace and patience to give. Cardi B and Offset first connected professionally in late 2016 when they collaborated on Lick from Cardi B's mixtape Gangster Music Volent. At that time, Cardi was an ascending star, a former stripper from the Bronx who had built a massive following through her unfiltered personality and hilarious commentary. Offset was already established as one-third of Migos, one of the hottest hip-hop groups of the decade. Their professional collaborations sparked something personal, and the romantic spark between them ignited almost immediately in early 2017. Their first public date was at Super Bowl 51 in Houston on February 5, 2017, sparking immediate dating rumors. From that moment, they seemed absolutely inseparable. What happened next unfolded like something straight out of a fairy tale. On September 20th, 2017, they secretly married in a low-key intimate ceremony in their bedroom in Atlanta. There was no elaborate venue with hundreds of guests. There was no designer dress. There was no celebrity guest list. They simply woke up one morning, decided they wanted to spend their lives together, and had an officiant come over with Cardi's cousin as the only witness. But here's where it gets interesting. Just over a month later, Offset staged an elaborate public proposal at Power 999's Powerhouse concert in Philadelphia, getting down on one knee with a stunning 8-carat diamond ring worth approximately $500,000. The world watched with excitement. The crowd erupted in cheers. Social media exploded with congratulations. But what no one knew was that they were already legally married. The world celebrated what they thought was an engagement, completely unaware of the secret. The truth wasn't revealed until June 25, 2018, after TMZ obtained the marriage certificate. This came hours after Offset referred to Cardi as his wife at the BET Awards. The fairy tale seemed complete. A secret wedding, a public proposal, and a baby on the way. Daughter Culture was born July 10, 2018, following Cardi's memorable pregnancy announcement on Saturday Night Live. But beneath the glamorous surface, deep cracks were already forming. In December 2017, just 3 months after their wedding, videos leaked showing Offset with another woman, and hacked iCloud footage surfaced showing him with various models. This wasn't a one-time mistake. This would become a devastating, heartbreaking, recurring pattern throughout their entire relationship. During Cardi's pregnancy in 2018, leaked texts revealed Offset soliciting a threesome with Cuban Doll and Summer Bunny. Summer Bunny later apologized publicly for her involvement. The humiliation was completely public, broadcast across every outlet. But somehow, despite everything, Cardi stayed. She chose to forgive. She chose to give their marriage another chance. By December 2018, she'd finally reached her limit. She announced their split on Instagram, citing infidelity and explaining they had fell out of love. What followed was one of hip-hop's most dramatic reconciliation attempts ever. Offset crashed her Rolling Loud performance with Rose's Spelling, "Take Me Back." By February 2019, they'd reconciled and appeared together at the Grammys. In a 2019 interview, Offset explained his public gesture.
Exactly. I love my wife, so it's serious, not a game to me. So it's like we have schedules and we have shows. And I just felt like if I gave a break between time, I just can't give that break between time. So it's my forefront. I step to it as a man and say I'm wrong, and step to it as a man, and you don't have to take me back, but I just want you to know I love you and I care, and this is...
He continued explaining his philosophy on vulnerability.
Because it's just my affection showing I'm not hiding it. I'm not hiding my affection for you. That's all. It's just me being vulnerable, I guess. You know, and it kind of bit me with the response of people. But that's why our men don't be trying to be vulnerable. Yeah. Because when you do it, it's like, there's something wrong with it either way.
But love and vulnerability weren't enough to prevent history from repeating itself. On September 15, 2020, Cardi filed for divorce, citing an irretrievably broken marriage and requesting primary custody of Culture. Yet again, against the advice of many, they reconciled in October 2020 after grand gestures, including a birthday billboard. Sunwave was born September 4, 2021, following a pregnancy announcement at the BET Awards. The exhausting cycle continued until December 2023, when Cardi confirmed she was single. Then came the final chapter. On July 31st, 2024, Cardi filed for divorce again, seeking primary custody and child support, coinciding with her pregnancy announcement for their third child. Daughter Blossom was born September 7th, 2024. Born into a world where her parents' marriage was already over. In September 2024, Cardi went live and unleashed years of pent-up frustration.
To make yourself feel better, because I make you feel so low about yourself. Because I don't make you feel like you're that in this home. So that's what you gotta do. So you out here trying to hurt my feelings because you think I don't give.
She continued addressing his behavior.
Because them hoes ain't good enough that I be having you crashing out all weekend. You was mad happy today when I called you today. And the only reason why I called you today is because I'm trying to change my son's school and I need your approval.
In October 2025, Offset sat with Keke Palmer and reflected quite differently on the situation when asked about the divorce.
I mean...
Is it finalized, the divorce?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's not
Still
finalized.
going through it.
Do you want it to be finalized?
I'm ready to be over it, for it to be over with, yeah.
Really?
Just so, just for both of us, I feel like that be a louder story than what we really love to do, which is music and art. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying that, not
the aftermath, the legal implications, and what comes next. Now, let's examine what happened after Cardi B finally decided to move on with her life. Because when she did make that decision, she didn't move on quietly or privately. She moved on publicly, proudly, unapologetically, and with a man who represented everything Offset seemed to fear. A successful professional athlete with his own established fame and fortune. By mid-2025, Cardi had officially begun her relationship with Stefon Diggs, the star NFL wide receiver known for the legendary 2018 Minneapolis Miracle with the Vikings before joining the Patriots. They went public around May-June 2025, appearing together at events, and Cardi announced her pregnancy in August-September 2025. Their son was born in November 2025, marking a genuinely new chapter in her life. Offset's response to watching his ex-wife move on was anything but graceful or dignified. His behavior revealed a disturbing pattern of obsession and an inability to accept the relationship was over. In July 2025, he went live shading Diggs for taking Cardi back and calling himself like cancer, implying he was something impossible to shake off. By November 2025, he had taken his frustration to his music, dissing Cardi on his album and calling her a downgrade for being with Diggs. In his mind, an NFL star making millions was somehow a step down from him. But the behavior extended beyond public shade. Reports emerged that Offset allegedly DM'd rapper Finesse 2 times about Diggs stealing Cardi and asked model Jordan Gore for Diggs' physical location, using slang like OP, opposition, implying harmful intent. These weren't actions of someone peacefully accepting the end of his marriage. These were actions of someone spiraling. Most troubling, in November 2025, Offset posted, then quickly deleted, about a Georgia law technicality, suggesting he might be the legal father of Cardi's child with Diggs, since she was still technically married to him when the baby was born. This was widely interpreted as a calculated attempt to embarrass and humiliate her during what should have been a joyful time. Cardi has repeatedly accused Offset of sustained harassment-threatening texts, revenge porn involving her and Diggs, suicide threats used as manipulation, and death threats. In multiple emotional live sessions, she broke down saying she feared for her life. Even celebrity observers weighed in on the troubling situation. Amber Rose, experienced with high-profile public relationships, commented during a March 2025 interview.
Public breakup. You know, if you date public, you gotta break up public. And it's bad.
Yeah.
And it's really bad now between Cardi and Offset. If you're in a situation like that, would you go back and forth with your ex online?
I would not, but some people feel the need to.
And on Cardi's specific approach.
But she feels the need that she has to defend herself, and I'm actually not mad at it. Like, I look back and be like, damn, it's kind of inspiring that she does that. I kind of wish I did that early on, you know?
The legal implications of Offset's alleged threats are extremely significant. Under Georgia law, OCGA Part of 16 to 1137, terroristic threats are defined as threatening violence with the purpose of terrorizing another person. The specific threats heard, beating, stripping, shooting in the knee could qualify as a felony carrying 1 to 5 years in prison and up to $10,000 in fines. If intent to carry out the threat is proven, penalties could escalate dramatically to 5 to 20 years and $20,000, $50,000 in fines. At the federal level, under 18 U.S.C. or 875C, transmitting threats via interstate commerce is a felony punishable by up to 5 years. Since the FaceTime call crossed state lines and was disseminated nationally via podcast and social media, federal involvement is entirely possible. Beyond criminal implications, this leaked video could permanently impact Offset's career, lost sponsorships, civil lawsuits from both Diggs and Cardi for emotional distress, and NFL security measures that bring even more attention to the situation. What makes this entire saga so tragic is watching someone who once spoke openly about personal growth apparently spiral in the completely opposite direction. In that same October 2025 Keke Palmer interview, Offset opened up about beating codeine addiction.
My oldest son was like, he kept asking for like pineapple Fanta, but he don't even really drink soda. He ain't asking me, and then one day he came in the studio like, why yours a different color than mine? It killed me. I'm like, oh no, I gotta get off this. That's what touched me. I'm like, what? Cause it's like him paying attention.
And feeling responsible for the tragedy.
Honest with you, I never really said this. Like, I feel like I had that, like some responsibility was on me, cause what if I didn't go solo? What if I just thugged it out with the business not being right? You know what I mean? Maybe we wouldn't even been right there or in that place, because I just know how we move.
The divorce was reportedly settled by October 2025 with multi-million-dollar spousal support and a 7,030 asset split favoring Offset. Cardi is seeking primary custody of their 3 children, and this leaked video could significantly strengthen her case, potentially resulting in supervised visitation requirements for Offset. Social media speculation about potential arrests continues, but no official updates confirm active investigations. Selena Powell has capitalized on the massive attention promoting her podcast and OnlyFans. Meanwhile, the internet continues to passionately debate who bears more responsibility for this messy dissolution. What we know for absolutely certain is this: a 17-second video clip has potentially altered multiple lives in permanent, irreversible ways. Careers hang in the balance. Custody arrangements may be decided. Public perception has shifted dramatically. It serves as a stark, sobering reminder that in the age of smartphones and social media, absolutely nothing said in what someone believes to be a private moment truly stays private forever. Every text can be screenshotted. Every phone call can be recorded. Every FaceTime conversation can be captured and shared with the entire world. And for Offset, the man who once stood atop the hip-hop world as part of Migos, who married one of the biggest female rappers in history, who built a fortune and a family, those 17 seconds of captured anger and alleged threats may have just cost him everything he worked so hard to build. The fame, the respect, the custody of his children, and perhaps most importantly, any remaining chance at redemption in the eyes of a public who once celebrated his success. Well, that's it for this video, but don't go anywhere because we've got plenty more heat for you. Just tap any of the cards on your screen right now and keep it locked.